We on?
Oh, it said stop recording.
No, but it did say start to begin with.
No.
Yeah, I thought I saw it. Yeah,
Maybe
I
it
think
did.
we're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, calling the meeting to order of the Bylaw Charter Review Committee, our regular meeting scheduled on, this is Tuesday, December 17th at 5 o'clock. I'm calling it to order, and we have a quorum. Still would like to have, if anyone is interested in joining this committee, we have 2 open spots. Please, we'd love to have you apply. All right, we have no public, so there's no public comment. We have the minutes of November 12th. Hope you had a chance to read them.
Yes.
I did?
I'll
Motion.
make a
Since I
motion
wrote
to
them.
approve. Yes.
Okay, I'll second.
All's in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great. Okay, we're on to continuing business. I'd like to reverse the order of continuing business and new business, just so that we can get through sections 9 and 10, and the bylaw article changes, and then go to the letter to the select board, if that's okay with everyone?
Okay, so we're starting with new business.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. My job was to look at, I sent you all of this, I'm sure everybody fell
Yes.
asleep reading all of this. The sections were too long to retype.
Oh, no, that's understood. Understood.
So I went through Chapter 9, which is financial provisions and procedures, and Chapter 10, which is additional provisions. And in Chapter 9, as I went through it, my suggestions are Section 9.1 and 9.12 and 9.13. 9.12 says, any person duly appointed to the Finance Committee shall take up the duties of the office on July 15th, which I'm assuming is for the 3-year term. But 9.13 says vacancies, if you're appointed to fill a vacancy, you take office immediately. Why isn't it the same?
Right, so language for consistency, right?
Yes, so I think that my suggestion is, both should take place upon appointment, because when somebody is appointed by the town administrator, it's at our town meeting, which means the person waits May and June, 10 weeks
Right.
before they take office. That seems kind of foolish.
Yes.
If
Okay,
there's
so
an
upon
open spot.
appointment. Yeah,
So that would be one suggestion.
yeah.
The second suggestion is in Section 2, 924. The comprehensive budget is supposed to be delivered to the Select Board on the second Tuesday of February. Great. However, the Finance Committee does not get the draft budget until the 4th Tuesday. They have as much work to do as the Select Board does in reviewing, so my suggestion is that we change that to say that both of them get it on that second Tuesday of February,
Okay.
which would be, Section 924, which is that change the timing.
Okay.
And I'm also going to suggest that in 924, we delete the word approved budget, because 924, let me get to 924 here. It says, town of budget, blah, blah, blah. You then have the budget message that is delivered to the Finance Committee. It says it's the final budget, or the approved budget. Well, the budget isn't approved until sometime the end of March.
Right.
They're getting the same draft that the Select Board gets.
Okay.
So I'd like to suggest that we fix that wording to say, get rid of approved, replace with draft, because it's a draft budget.
Okay.
And that in Section 933, the FinCom is supposed to conduct hearings on a proposed budget. In there, it does say proposed budget, not
Right.
approved budget.
Okay.
So I think they should all say,
All consistency.
proposed. There should be consistency.
Yes.
And in looking at Chapter 10, which is additional provisions, in Chapter 10, there is that whole section when we, as a town a number of years ago, 2019,
Yeah.
we created a wastewater we made it, we created it's from a water commission to a wastewater commission. And there's this whole concept of all these words on transition. So I think the question to the board should be, or to the select board should be, do we still need this? Is this transition done? And if we don't need it, make it go away.
Right. It's a transition language.
So those are my chapters 9 and 10 provisions. So the committee would agree to changing the appointment timing on a FinCom person, change the timing on when the FinCom gets the budget. Because both committees have a lot of work to do, and they're talking to the same people,
Right,
department
right.
heads. So, and also correct, change the wording from approved and call it proposed,
Okay.
because it's not approved until the end of March. And then the question on chapter 10, on the wastewater. Does that sound,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Perfect.
all right, so that will go in here. There were a couple of, in the select board town meeting, in the select board agenda 2 or 3 weeks ago, there was potential articles for annual town meeting, and there were 4 of them listed. It was amend general bylaws chapter 1, amend general bylaws chapter 7, amend general bylaws chapter 8, amend general bylaws chapter 125. I went up to the podium and asked, could we have just a paragraph on what these things are? And, I did get something from town administration, which I passed out to you. And one is to get rid of disposition of the tax title land. Delete 7.4, and I think the intention is to delete the section, according to the town administration, as it is rendered moot by the adoption of the Chapter 140 of the Acts of 2024. So if we do have an item that adopts these acts, then we're okay.
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 The second one, General Bylaws, Chapter 7, Article, 710, and it's got in highlighted on the sheet, it's adding 2 alternates to the Board of Health, which I'm not sure why we need another
Alternate?
bylaw change, because we already passed that at the 202 annual town meeting,
Right.
Article number 43. So I don't understand why that is there. I think it might be maybe to amend the charter.
Okay.
So I don't understand that one. There was amend the general bylaws, chapter 8, which is combine the Golf Receipts Reserve Fund with the Golf Infrastructure Fund, which I believe we did at some point. Or the intention is to do that.
You said the golf?
There was a Golf Receipts Reserve,
Right.
and then it became then there was a Golf Infrastructure Fund. And I think it's to combine the 2 funds.
2 funds together, right, yep.
And on Chapter 125 of the general bylaws, this section concerns, there was no information provided by town administration. But this is the section that is the sale of single-service water bottles, plastic water
Yep,
bottles,
yep,
the
I remember that,
balloons,
yep.
and the styrofoam,
Yep.
etc.
Right.
And I have absolutely no idea what this is for. I can do a little more, I can ask some questions, find out what this is, but I'm not sure why the article is there if there is no explanation as to why
Okay.
we would even, what are we considering here? Who's considering it? There's no information on it. Let me rephrase that. There's no information that this committee has been given or has been made public. So I'm going to take a wag and wonder it has to do with the styrofoam, etc.
Mhm.
The plastic, section 125.14, because the bylaw, the section is to take effect on January 1st, 2025, which is in 2 weeks.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if there is all of a sudden, people are waking up to, the plastic food containers, single-use utensils. That's what was outlawed. So I'm guessing that all of a sudden, people woke up to this and are now
Realizing this is
realizing this is,
reality.
and we passed it, I think, last year or the year before, I forget. Wasn't this year, it was year before.
I think it was the year before, yep.
So that's a guess.
Okay. It's an educated guess.
It's an educated
There you
guess.
go.
There are also a couple of other things that were in the select board a couple of weeks ago. One was adopt Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Section 50. It's affordable housing property tax exemption. And I don't know if this will become a bylaw or not, but I thought I'd bring it to us anyway so we can at least be aware of it. And it's to give a tax credit to residential unit owners who rent their units to income qualifying persons at affordable rates on a year-round annual basis. And it's capped at 30 exemptions per year. It's to try to increase the housing
Right, okay.
and give some benefit, some incentive for people. And then there was a draft article accepting Mass General Law, Chapter 40U. And it's kind of an interesting one. I think I'd like more information on it, which is, it says, it would allow the town to establish a municipal hearing officer role, not a position, which can be filled by current staff. And it also corresponds to proposed amendments to the town's general bylaw on non-criminal violations. There's no other, and there is a whole section that was added that would be the general provision, so it is a bylaw change.
Okay.
So I think we're gonna have to
But we need
have.
more information on that.
Yes, yes, I think we do. So it's the gist I'm getting is it's to create an actual position, not a position, a role called a municipal hearing officer, because I think right now our town administrator does some of that.
Okay.
I know he's in charge of the dogs but I think he does hold hearings. So I'm not clear to me why we would have to accept a Mass General Law to do that when it's already in our,
Right,
it's already in our charter to do. So I'm not quite clear on that. This one I
Okay.
think needs more info.
okay.
So those are what I had to bring today. I know you had all this information to review.
Yep.
And I think the other thing tonight is a draft report back to the select board. And we did this in January of 2024.
I
We
thought-
did get some things done.
Yeah,
Some things are still outstanding. And so this is a draft of what we could possibly send for now.
I thought you did a great job of
Right.
recapping. Absolutely,
Recapping
yes,
everything,
yep,
sure.
yep.
If you have enough coffee, you can do anything.
This is decaf.
Oh, that wouldn't work, no. Gotta be coffee.
Gotta be high test, huh?
So it sounds like this, and we'll add the ones from Chapter 9 and 10.
Right.
One is a
we just-
question, 3 are suggestions.
Mhm.
And I think we have a draft good to go.
I agree. I think you did good work, Linda.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. Good.
So we good?
We're good.
Well, do we need a vote?
I think we do.
Oh, motion to approve Linda's summary for the select board, to present to the select board,
With the inclusion of sections 9 and 10.
with inclusions of section 9 and 10.
Okay, second.
All those in favor? Any more
Aye.
discussion?
No?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Great. Any other business to come before the committee?
No,
No?
not that I have.
I put down at the bottom of this meeting's agenda, the dates for 2025.
Okay, yes, and that's
So we
fine.
can stick them in our calendars and we have them.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me the next one, I don't have,
It's going to be January 14th.
got it, okay. Yep. Is that before or after you presenting?
If it's all, we just voted this, I'll add those few things, and I'm just going to mail
Oh,
it,
mail it to me, okay. Okay.
email it to everybody.
Okay.
At least I think the 14th is the right date.
Let's check it out.
Let me just check that.
Yep, the
Yeah,
second
14th,
Tuesday,
Second
yeah.
Tuesday,
Got
it is
it.
correct. I second-guessed myself there. Is there any other business to come before the committee, and other things that you want to discuss?
No?
No. I think once you submit that, I'm sure the selectmen will have, or select board will have questions and,
Yep, we'll probably,
Yes.
we'll ask to appear
Sure.
before them to talk about it. I can already see a typo. The Chatter Commission, missing an R.
Chatter.
I'll proofread, I promise.
okay.
All right, if there's nothing else to come before this committee, then, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Meeting adjourned at 5:18.
Let me put the date in.